Yeah, I think without question, and he's only was wrestling at that time a year and a half. So for what's funny about that match, if you go back and watch it, because me, I just talked about this with Stone Cold. I guess it was a few months back, and I'd seen it listed up. Someone had listed it up, DDP and Stone Cold, shoot on Goldberg. That was like people get people to watch or listen to it, And Steve and I had such a good time on that conversation. But one of the things that happened during that match, I had told Bill I want him to miss the spear because he never missed the spear. He's like, "What do you mean miss the spear? I'm not going to miss the spear." I go, "Yeah, but I've got a way to do it where you miss it, and then I can start getting on top of you." And he did not want to do it. It took him like 3 weeks. Took me 3 weeks to convince him that this is the way to go. And during that match, if you watch, at one point he runs in at me at the turnbuckle, and I stick up a boot, and he staggers back, and then he comes running at me to spear me in the turnbuckle. Well, I my arms on the ropes. I throw myself over the top rope onto the apron. But if you watch him, he's coming so hard and so fast. He don't want to miss it. He wants to nail me no matter what, even though he's not supposed to. And
right.
He must miss me like by a half a contact. I mean, it was freaking like a millimeter, if it was that. And he went through all the way and hit his shoulder on the post, like hard. And he would sell that, throughout part of the match. So now it gets towards the end of the match where he's going to hit the spear. And the thing with Bill, because they wanted to keep his streak going, well, during regular shows, if he goes out there and just beats some jabroni or freaking some bottom guy, it doesn't mean anything. So what they did is they found new guys. Get one that's 300. Then the next guy's 340. Then the next guy's 380. Then the next guy's 450. I mean, it was like one huge guy after another. And that's what was all leading up to my match with him. Because they got to get him wins, but get him on TV, but they're not going to be top talent to beat him because he's the angles with me. So he has to spear these guys. Because guys who are 3+100, 4+100, they're not just going to flat back bump. He's going to have to take them. So by the time he gets to me, and now he's going to get the spear for missing it, I know he's coming like a freaking freight train. But I'm like a napkin. Like, put a napkin in the air and just let it fall. Because I'm going to be that light, and I'm already going to be gone before you get there. So I don't take the impact. Billy hit Big Show with that friggin' spear so hard he cracked his sternum. So I knew to be gone. Well, when Bill grabbed me, it was like grabbing a napkin and she's flying through the air. And if you watch that match, you'll see his head is past my body as we're heading to the mat. So the first thing that hits that mat at, I don't know how many miles an hour he was going, but his head hit that mat at whatever that was, 30 miles an hour or whatever. If he didn't have those huge traps, he'd have a broken neck. He might have quadriplegic, whatever it's called, quadriplegic, himself. But again, he had those huge traps, and he survived. And then he went to pick me up for the jackhammer, and he put me down. I thought, oh my God, this son of a bitch is really selling, and for the first time ever. And then he picked me up again, and I dropped behind him. I hit him with a diamond cutter. Place went crazy. And I crawl over to him because I waited a while because I know he's going to kick out. And I put my arm over him, 1, 2, and he kicks out, as opposed to 1, 2, and 9/10. I was like, oh, why did you do that? It was a great pop, but it wasn't as big as it would have been. And I was pissed. So now we go into the finish, and he gets with the jackhammer, and then he pulls me up and raises my hand, gives a hug, ever taken through such a great match. When we got to the back, I go, Bill, why the fuck did you kick out on 2 at the end? I go, that's not what you were supposed to do. And he said, Dallas, I don't remember anything. He said, I remember going for the spear. He knocked himself out.